If you've ever thought about purchasing any packages or extras from your cruise line, hold on a minute. You might be overpaying. I have wasted thousands of dollars over the years, but in this video, you are going to learn from my mistakes. I put together 5 hacks that I always use now to avoid overpaying for packages and extras, including one tip that can get you some of these things for free. I'm Gary with Optimal Cruising, bringing you fresh cruise advice, money-saving hacks, and secret strategies the cruise lines don't advertise. Let's get into number 1. This is one I learned the hard way. When I first started cruising, I would book a cruise and just forget about it until it was time to go. I was all packed up and boarding the ship, and then I would see all these offers for unlimited drink packages, specialty dining, spa treatments, and I'd be hooked. I'd purchase some of these things to enjoy my vacation. But I overpaid by so many thousands of dollars, it's ridiculous. Seasoned cruisers know that when you're booking your cruise, you're usually offered add-ons, and you can add in a dining package, a beverage package, you can add in a Wi-Fi package, sometimes a spa package right there when you're booking your cruise, and it'll adjust the total price to include those things that you want. And that is really the cheapest way to do it. That is when cruise lines are offering the best deals on those things because they're trying to get you to spend more right now. If you happen to forget to do it when you're booking your cruise, you still have the option to book these packages before you get on board. Anything that you're gonna buy that's extra, buy it before you get on the ship. You can even buy packages of bottled water on some cruise lines, or champagne and strawberries if you want like a romance package, or hors d'oeuvres put in your room on the first day. If you want these things, they're available by most cruise lines, and when you buy them in advance, you'll usually get 20-30% off, sometimes 40% off. And then when you get on the ship, if you ask for these things at that point and you haven't pre-booked it, you're paying full price. The Wi-Fi package is another one that got me because I started cruising before Wi-Fi was even a thing, and you went on a cruise and you were just disconnected for that time. But when they started introducing these Wi-Fi packages, I figured, well, I'll get on board. If I need it, I'll buy it for an hour. But that's not really how it works. If you get on board and you realize you need the Wi-Fi, they're wanting you to buy the full package for every day of your cruise, and that's very expensive. And sometimes cruise lines will offer you a Wi-Fi package for one day or a special hourly rate, but they will limit that on occasion to the last or the second to last day of your cruise. So you can't always count on being able to do that. And if you're gonna want access to Wi-Fi, book it ahead of time. You'll save a whole lot of money. But if you think that's good savings, wait until you hear this next tip. If you know me, I'm always looking for a great deal. In fact, my wife calls me a penny pincher, but then she appreciates the value I can get out of $1. And most of us are like this these days. I mean, prices are going up everywhere, especially in the cruising industry. So if you can save some money and get a great deal, you've got to jump on it. And that applies to everything, including packages and extras. To be fair, I don't always buy these packages. Sometimes I just go on the cruise with the base fare, and I might buy a drink or two or something when I'm on board, but I don't buy the packages because they're kind of expensive. But sometimes I can get those packages for free, and that's when I really take advantage of it. So here's a recent cruise I booked with Norwegian. Now the base fare was $6.59 per person, and this is for a 7-night Caribbean cruise. But I booked it at a time when Norwegian was offering their free at sea program, including free unlimited drinks, free Wi-Fi, a free dining package, and shore excursion credits. So let's take a look at the breakdown here. So first off, they're giving me free unlimited bar. It's not really free. As you can see, they're charging about $200 per person because they charge you for gratuities, and that's what they say the gratuities are. But $200 per person for unlimited drinks, I'll take that because I'll likely spend more than $200 at the bar if I'm having a good time on a cruise. And if you compare that to the price of a regular unlimited drink package, you're saving $400 to $500, sometimes $800, depending on when you purchase that package. This is an incredible deal. And then you can see here they threw in the specialty dining. So I got free specialty dining, 3 nights in the specialty dining restaurants, only $60 per person. And again, that's what they're charging for gratuities. If I purchased the same specialty dining packages by itself, it would have been over $200 per person. And then they threw in free excursion credits and free Wi-Fi, so I don't even have to pay extra for that. If you're purchasing any extras or packages, look for deals like this. They're not there all the time, but they do come and go. Now, these free package offers are not offered all the time, and they're not offered by every cruise line. So sometimes when I book a cruise, I have to just book it without any freebies. But before I decide to pay extra for the package, I always do the math. This is especially true when it comes to things like the drink package. Now, I have discovered that, at least for me, it's usually not worth it because an average drink package is about $80 a day. That would mean, based on an average cocktail price of $12, I'd have to drink between 6 and 7 cocktails a day to just break even. Now, yes, drink packages do include other things: bottled water, soda, energy drinks, smoothies on some cruise lines. So if you like all these things, you have to add up all those prices to see if that package is worth it. The more of this stuff that you consume, the better deal you're going to get by purchasing the package. But if you're just going to have a few drinks here and there, you're better off going a la carte, and you're going to save hundreds, if not thousands of dollars doing it that way. The other thing you have to consider with the drink package is that cruise lines require both adults in the room to purchase it. So if you're not both going to get more out of that package than it costs, it may not be worth it. I've also discovered, after traveling on many cruise lines, that oftentimes they will offer drink specials or special package deals once you're already on board. Now, this won't be the full package, but a lot of times they'll have a happy hour. You can get a margarita for $6, or they'll have a 2-for-1 special on one day, or on some lines, they'll give you like a 10-punch drink card, and they'll sell that to you for fairly cheap, maybe $40, and you get 10 drinks out of it. So it just kind of depends on the occupancy. If they're trying to sell more liquor, they'll offer more promotions. So if you don't have to have the package, you can just wing it and take advantage of whatever offers they throw your way. When it comes to specialty dining, I do the math as well, because the way I look at it, I'm already paying a cruise fare that includes some pretty decent food. I know food quality varies from line to line and ship to ship, but in general, it's a fairly decent quality. So is it worth it for me to pay an extra $50 to $60 to eat in a specialty premium restaurant? I mean, I could do that back home and maybe even spend a little less. But I also have friends that just love eating at this specialty dining. It's a thrill for them. So for them, it's absolutely worth the money. And they use these tricks to save by buying these packages ahead of time or getting free package offers. And in those cases, hey, anybody would take advantage of it. Sometimes I feel like a little upgrade to my meal, but I don't want to spend $50 to $60. Most main dining rooms have premium entree selections at a fraction of the cost of the specialty restaurant. For example, last time I was on Royal Caribbean, I got a filet mignon from Chops Grill. On the menu, it says Chops Grill filet mignon. So it's the same thing they serve in the specialty steakhouse, but you get it for $19.95 instead of having to pay a premium cover. What do you guys think? Do you usually buy specialty dining packages or drink packages or nothing at all? Put your answer in the comments below. All major cruise lines have spas on board, and that's a big profit center for the lines as well. Some cruise lines offer spa packages that you can book ahead of time, and if you have that option and you know you're going to use it, book it because you'll pay less than when you're on board. However, once you're on board, there are a couple tricks you can use to get the best price on whatever you're looking for. If you book a spa treatment or a beauty treatment during a port day, you're gonna get a lower price, usually 20 to 30% off. And then depending on whether your ship is full or you're sailing an off season and maybe it's only 2/3 full and so their demand is down, they will lower prices and offer specials that they don't offer on every cruise. So if you just look out for that and pay attention, you probably even get some flyers in your room offering special sales in the spa if they are doing that on your cruise. And if they are, that's the best way to take advantage of it and not overpay. If you are going to take advantage of the spa, be ready to give a hard no to all the upsells. You can buy these same products back home, maybe under a different label for a fraction of the cost. But because they get a big commission for selling them, they push them pretty hard. So when I do a massage or anything on a cruise, I always just say immediately when it's done, no, I can't afford anything more, that's it. And this next hack I use on every cruise, and I'm surprised more cruisers don't. But first, I would ask that you take a moment and subscribe to our channel. It helps us grow and it will bring you all of our cruising updates. When it comes to shopping on a cruise, these stores have gotten bigger, better, and more interesting over the years, especially with the newer mega cruise ships. But there are two strategies I always use to avoid overpaying for anything I want to buy on board. The first one I learned by chance, and it really works well at all those center vendors that you'll find in the middle of the shops. They always set up tables with a bunch of things on them that they're selling, a lot of times watches, cheaper jewelry, handbags, all kinds of stuff, sweaters, clothes, whatever they're putting there in the middle and offering at some sort of sale. So if I'm interested in something, I pick it up and look at it for a minute, and there's usually a salesman there trying to get me to make a decision and buy it now. And I'll usually put it back down and walk away. And almost every time I do this, they're calling out after me. I'll save you $10. You can get it for $20 instead of $40. They start dropping the price to get you to buy it. This is especially true towards the end of the cruise, which brings me to my second strategy. If I go in a shop and I see something I really want, I wait until the last day. First of all, sometimes I'll buy something from the duty-free shop, like a bottle of liquor. Well, they're not going to let me use it during the cruise anyway. But if I wait till the last day of the cruise, they're usually adding more sales on top of whatever deals they already have going because they're trying to increase their sales before the end of that cruise. This holds true for most shops on most major cruise lines. You'll find a better price or a better deal towards the end of the cruise than you will in the beginning of the cruise. So if you see something that you like, wait a few days. Wait till the cruise is almost over and see if they don't throw in something extra or take a little more discount off of it. I've seen this happen more times than not, and it's a way I really avoid overpaying because I feel like if I bought it when I first saw it, I would pay a lot more than the guy who waited until the end of the cruise. And that doesn't make me feel very good. Now that you won't be overpaying for your cruise packages and extras, there are some luxury cruise lines out there known for their superior level of service. While service among the major cruise lines seems to have been declining as of late. However, there are some cruisers using a few hacks to still get premium service without overpaying for it. I'll tell you how to do that right here.